This I need a moment. As you hear retching on the other side. While this is going on, the Viceroy goes, "My apologies, I can't be a party to this. I'm going to send in my assistant to observe."
Alright. Quickly splash blood all across the floor, take position.
Yeah, as you take position, you see the sergeant doesn't take the knife down, he just rips the turkey off and throws it across the room. Right around the time the doors open. As you're taking your Class A's off, just getting blood all over the place.
Yeah. That whole turkey. I do it.
And as this is going on, the assistant comes in and goes, "I was told to watch the whipping." And the captain goes, "Yes, you caught the tail end of it. Just a few more to go. As you were, Private Timmer."
Of course.
And
No need to be gentle, Sergeant.
and he is not, as he whips you for another. Six points of damage minus your toughness.
Okay, minus toughness actually is important to keep in mind there. So let me Control Z that. There we go, down to 1 wound.
As in, you only have 1 wound left?
Yeah, the knife did a whole... Oh wait, the knife probably should have actually reduced a little bit for toughness too, shouldn't it?
Actually, no.
Oh yeah, because I was intentionally doing it, yeah.
Right.
Makes sense. But yeah, no, the knife wound did
more. How many wounds do you have?
I have 9 total. I rolled minimum.
Oh my goodness.
I rolled a 1 on the D10. I am probably wimpier than the Ratling now.
Alright. And as this is going on, they whip him and he goes, "Alright, this is awful. How many more times do you have?" And he goes, "Well, Lord General told me to whip him 9 times. But this is a cat of 9 tails, so really we just have to whip him once. We just whipped him earlier to make sure it worked."
Well, that math always eludes me. You're so much smarter.
Let's see if he buys it.
Death by whipping. Yeah, it's whoops, severs spine.
Let's see how the officer does.
Oh, he can actually roll well. There we go.
Yeah, fortunately he's able to convince him that this was carried out. And now with your undershirt torn and bloodied, you're told to put your uniform on and go back outside.
Okay. I'll probably take a moment to at least make sure that there's something clotting the blood there and not ruining the dress uniform before heading out.
Alexander says Timmer barely survives faking being
whipped. Doesn't look good. How did he get so far? We just don't know. In an interview, Timmer just says, "It's easy, just don't get hit." Why is that so hard? Never actually did this kind of... Yeah. Oh, can't wait.
Alrighty then. So, with that done, Jort, you're up to fire again on the range. This time the Ratlings have pulled out an additional 6 silhouettes. Apparently, it was a huge success. Everyone was very happy for it. And while this is all going on, Bigsby, you see that they're preparing your best quality sniper rifle as well.
That's. I assume they're going to want another demonstration.
Nice, I passed the first time.
Ooh, well done. As 3 more targets erupt. The crowd goes wild. Everyone is very proud of your performance. They sort of gather around you, and as they sort of cart your... What was the name of your heavy bolter again?
I want to say Betty.
Betty? That sounds right. As they cart Betty away for maintenance, they pull out the sniper rifle. Most people aren't paying attention at all as Bigby, you are waved over to the stand, and you see the Ratlins come out with these almost like clay frisbees.
Let me just fix my sheet so my damage and everything is correct.
No problem. Timmer, as you come out, there's a couple of people, and they're like, "Oh, Private Timmer, we were just hoping we could get a photograph with you. We were wondering," as they take a picture of you covered in blood.
Oh, well, I mean, like I said, I did make sure at least there's none seeping through the dress uniform.
There you go. Roll me 2d10.
Yeah, 2d10. Let's see what we get. 3.
As you see a man from before, John Havisham, this time with a press pass attached to his collar. What'd you roll?
3.
Yes. Timmer.
Hey, it's good to see you, old drinking buddy.
And you. I have to ask. I heard that you were pulled aside, but I'm curious. How would you describe the morale of the men on the line? More than that, is the food all right? Do you have a favorite cook, a chef, if you will?
Oh yes, was a York actually, I think. Good man, great food.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'd love to do a piece about him. Do you know where he is now?
Huh, in all the city excitement I've lost track. I keep to myself mostly, to be honest.
So he didn't participate in the taking of Hill 38 then?
And I'll just stroke my chin for a while without like a real answer. I can't say. The orcs mattered more at the time. Let's see if he takes that.
Fair enough. One more. Roll me another d10, buddy.
Alright, another d10. 2.
Yes. But you spent a lot of time out there fighting those orcs. I heard they're leaderless savages. They've managed to construct rockets and hold off against the might of the Imperium for nearly a year. So, what's your opinion on this? Have we just underestimated them, or our own generals incompetent? And you see, as he asks these questions, there's more and more space
Oh yeah, and
opening
he's
up
like
around you
double
two.
siding it too, which is great. Somehow you have to answer the question both ways at the same time, and I gotta consider how this character would actually answer that, because I haven't been doing them too long. It's a war. You win, you lose. You push an inch, you lose an inch. It continues on until they are dead. And, well, it is tough work, but they're tough men there.
So you're saying that we're about on par with the orcs then, as far as our tactical acumen. Sometimes they win, sometimes we win, because that's the nature of war.
They are stupid beasts, but, well, if something heavy comes at you, sometimes it knocks you out. But that is no problem.
Thank you for your time. I still owe you a drink for later, and I'm
Perhaps
glad to
again,
see
then.
you. Rumor has it you aren't long for this world. You look a little pale around the face.
Well, I roll the dice every day. Let's see if the cigarettes can do it first. Takes a nice deep pull. Calm anxiety. Jim's backstory is obvious. Yes.
All right, I'm ready.
Love it.
That's fantastic. All right. Meanwhile, Bigsby, they have set up your firing position, and as
I
they sort of call it,
kneel in.
as they call attention, uh, basically the Ratlins get ready to throw the targets up in the air for you to shoot. You see, most people are still fawning all over Jort. He's clearly got a lot of propaganda, sort of making him out to be somewhat of a super soldier.
Oh yeah, he's everybody's hero.
Yeah, I'm Captain America now.
But a few folks are still watching as you go on out there with your magnificent sniper rifle.
Yeah, he'll crouch down, shoulder the stock of the gun, and get ready to snap his eye to the sight. But he wants to see where the uh, pigeon is coming from first. So
Okay.
would that count as a full aim?
Yes, it will.
All right. And what range was it? Short?
With your rifle, this would be considered short range. Ooh,
8.2.
fancy. You
He shoots
just
through one of them
managed.
into the next.
What more could you ask for in life, eh?
A 1, but I'm not complaining.
By the way, this is your new sniper rifle, buddy.
I'm going to have to
Custom
remember that
made,
plus 10. They
custom
only
made
had
for a
that
Rattling.
through the bowl.
Ooh.
That's gold.
Of course, I'm not complaining about an 8-2.
All
I
right,
was
so
being silly about it.
as everyone's sort of like politely chatting, you know you only have one round to fire. It's not exactly the fastest firing weapon, and as all the Rattlings throw up, they sort of look over at you, and you see the way they line, and they all throw these clay frisbees straight up into the air, and you wait because they all throw at different times. But you wait and you watch the wind. You wait, and then as they all start to fall, you time it to where all three of them are in direct line of each other, more or less from your angle. You squeeze the trigger, and all three of them explode almost simultaneously as your round tears through each one. You see, the people watching are confused for a second, not entirely sure what just happened, and you hear a few of them go, "Oh, that's bullshit. He must have had fucking charges on him. No one's that good. Ain't no one that good at shooting like that. He's a fucking rattling cheat, he is." And the rest of them are like, boo! And they all start to like, nah, that can't be real. That's not a real thing. Meanwhile, you look around, and
The walking man plays as he exits the field.
as you turn around, you see Carlton DeWare is stepping out, and he sort of looks around and he motions for Sergeant Jones to remedy the situation, and he says, "Right, well, so that's what he says. He has a stroke and then falls over. No, he looks and he goes, "Well, just a minute. I'm gonna handle this. So you stand here and you wait for them, and I'm gonna give you a target, and you're gonna put a hole through it. Sound fair?"
Aye.
He goes, "Right. Who called my sharpshooter a goddamn cheat and a liar?" And he points to the guy who he clearly knows was the one insulting him, and he goes, "Tell you what, whatever it was you were just shoving in your face, you bring it on down here, and I bet you I'll put that on my head, and he will shoot it off at 100 meters. And if I'm right, you have to take my spot for his follow-up shot. And if I'm wrong, well, I won't have to worry about it, will I?
Yep. Gonna die somehow.
And he looks over, and as he goes over to you, he goes, "All right, Bigby. Now, I know I've never told you that I was proud of you before, and that's 'cause I ain't ever been. But you're a damn fine shot. It's about time we learn these filthy civvies just how good a shot you are." You do not find it very inspiring. Roll me willpower.
Oh boy. All right.
You're actually less inspired.
Oh no, you are definitely not okay with this situation. You take 1d5 insanity points as the stress begins to build up. Take 4 points of insanity.
That brings me to
Fortunately,
5 total.
you don't know that this is the sergeant that executed your friend, the psyker, Scipio.
Yeah.
Alright, so
He's
as you
he's
go out
getting out of it.
there, you're gonna have a 10-point penalty due to the stress. But take your shot.
All right.
Technically, it's a called shot, but you have that perk that allows you to not have a penalty, so don't worry about it. As he goes out there, he sets the Amasek down on the top of his head, and you pull the trigger. And fortunately, at this range with your rifle and the rounds you're using, you don't even have to worry about bullet drop or wind or anything like that. You just put it dead center on that bottle, you squeeze the trigger, and not only do you shoot the bottle, but you only shoot the neck of it, preserving his Class A uniform from being covered in expensive liquor. He takes it off, he shows it to everybody, and then he comes back and he hands the broken bottle off to the civilian, who takes his position. The civilian is definitely shaking. You have a negative 20 to this.
Because of his motion.
Because of his motion, yes. If you get 2 degrees of failure, you're going to hit him instead. Suck the... Oh, there you go. You pull the rest of the rifle into your shoulder. You exhale. And people are expecting there to be like a long wind up before you pull the trigger. But just like it's another day in the park, you suck that rifle stock into your shoulder. You put your cheek down. You squeeze the trigger and... Doof, the glass explodes dead center, covering him and the rest of the Amasek.
Oh yes.
At this point, you realize you have the attention of everybody. Jort, you're completely ignored as everyone turns to watch the rattling. First, shoot a bottle off the head of his sergeant, and then shoot the bottle off of the head of the heckler. He goes, "Now, you see what that was there? That was a sufficiently trained marksman of the Astra Militarum performing a menial task. Now, I know that seemed impressive to you lot, and I know some of you are wondering why my diminutive friend here has not taken a few inches off the top of the man who was insulting him this entire time. Allow me to educate you folks. We are here for your protection. We are here for your safety and prosperity. So if you want to insult the men and the rattlings that are putting their life on the line to ensure that you can continue going, by all means do so. It will not change our performance in the slightest. We are, as always, here to serve the good of mankind. So you enjoy your drinks. I'm going to go help my soldier polish his rifle. And as he sort of steps off, he goes, I really should have ended that sentence sooner.
Yeah, Big B's gonna try not to laugh. He's gonna try.
Right, you can go take care of that.
Yes.
I'll look after the rifle, you enjoy yourself. And, I'll tell you what, how the ratlings that were out there help themselves to whatever it is that's left over.
I'll let them know.
It's actually kind of impressive. They were so willing to stand in front of a fucking firing squad like that. You'd expect them to break and run. Not very civilian-y of them.
We're a very brave branch of humanity, sir. We have to be.
Humanity, right? Well, whatever you are, it's delightful. I'm distracted by your gifts. So, yeah, as he takes the rifle out to be treated, the party begins to wind down. Alexander, you're approached by a couple people. They try to ask you questions. Would you like to try and engage with them? Alrighty then. You see one of the people there goes up and goes, we've heard reports that many of the weapons assigned to the guardsmen are second or third hand. Some are rumored to be barely functional. Is this affecting the war effort at all? How effective are las guns against orcs anyway? You see the group sort of like glances at each other and then at the girl asking the question, then back at you, and they go, Clearly we've miscommunicated. Most likely an issue with our not understanding binary. Enjoy the party." And with that, they all leave you alone for the rest of the night. Alright, Jort, roll me 2d10, buddy. And then Big B, you do the same. A 9 and a
I got a
4.
9 and a 4.
That could be good or bad. I don't know with the system.
I think it's like a question chart, if I'm gonna guess.
You are correct.
Yeah, so Bigby's George's getting a new question. We haven't seen mine
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah, Jort, you hold one of the women that's up there, sort of crying, and she holds out a picture, and she goes, "Do you know what happened to my daughter? She was lost during the fall of the first city. We were wondering if you had heard any news. We keep asking, but no one's heard anything. But I mean, you're Corporal Jort. If anyone could find out what happened, you'd be able to find out, wouldn't you? Can you help me find my daughter?"
Was she in the guard?
No, she was just a civilian. She was caught in some of the refugee camps after the orcs took the first city. Apparently, the
Oh,
guard.
you might want to go ask the men.
Well, they won't answer us. We've asked. We've been asking for months. Can you ask for us? We just want to know if she's all right.
I don't know if I'm allowed.
Come here. She sort of just shoves the picture with the name and the information into your collar and then leaves in a huff. You see everybody sort of murmuring over their glasses.
Oh yeah, just comes and like, what's death? I don't have object permanence. Please explain.
Alright, Bigby, 2 and 1. Surprisingly, both of these have been answered, so I get to pick for you. Bigby, you are asked the following. First and foremost, uh, one of the people comes up and asks you, what was it like seeing Lord General Matisse leading the relief forces after your positions had overrun? They say that if it wasn't for his intervention, you could have never held the hill.
Yes, to say his arrival wasn't a relief would be understating the facts. We were glad to have him, although
Excellent.
I do feel we would have been able to hold our own for a little longer than they say we could have.
Oh, that's fantastic. I heard he killed a dozen orc all by himself, which, seeing him wielding that heavy bolter, I can understand how.
Oh, yes.
Follow-up question. Why has the Inquisition set up an office inside the cathedral of the Saint Eugenius the Incandescent?
That would be an ecumenical matter.
Have you ever worked alongside of them? We didn't even know that they had arrived on our planet until they took over one of our most sacred locations.
No, I have not.
Roll deception.
All right, here we go. Let me see if I can
Give
find
yourself a 30-point bonus since they would have no way of checking you.
Damn!
Bigby's like, no, I don't even know what that means. You're crazy. Work with the Inquisition. Come on.
Nah.
It's like I've never even been near that valley. But with that done, Jort, your final question as this finishes up. Let's see here. You rolled a 9 and a 4, right? So
I believe so.
yeah, you have another reporter. It's like, so we've seen staggering numbers of dead and wounded, yet there are virtually no funerals, and the crematoriums of the city have not had a great increase in activity. Can you explain why this would be?
Shit, I don't know. I don't deal with the dead bodies. I just kill them.
Yes, but it seems as though the number of our casualties are overinflated, or at the very least inaccurate. Like, what normally happens when someone dies while defending our city?
Well, I know it was a high purse, but I'm I'm not part of the Minotaurium. You'd have to ask them that.
Fair enough. You see that they're very unsatisfied with these questions, but they sort of let you slide. But as this is going on, the night sort of dwindles down. Is there anything you all would like to do before the party ends? The drinks come out. People are having a better time. People are starting to trickle away as the evening comes to a conclusion.
Good question.
There are a lot of movers and shakers in this crowd.
Right, but we're all the worst movers and shakers on this planet.
Very true. Very true.
But I guess if it's a party, then Timir's probably at least been talking about his own personal plans at some point. Maybe he'll find someone who's interested in pointing out, like, oh yes, there's a good place to start a farm over here.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, as you ask around, they go, "All right, we've already been warned about that, haven't we? Apparently, whatever land gets recovered, the vast majority of it goes to you veterans. So I imagine once you've done digging trenches out there in those fields, you can, I don't know, dig ditches for irrigation for your plants. And of course, everyone else that used to live there, well, sort off, right?
Well, I already have a shovel. I don't know how they're going to distribute it, but people are dead. There's got to be some land that someone doesn't have a claim to. I wouldn't want to offend anyone. It's never been something I've wanted to do.
Yeah, well, you're a guardsman. When do you have a choice?
Hmm. Well, now you make me sad.
It's not my intent.
That's okay. We've traded turns. All is good in the end, isn't it?
Well, at the very least, it is an end.
All the better a story does come to an end, right?
Look, all I know is if you do take that land, it's best you be careful. Agribusiness is a big business.
Hmm.
And, the Imperial Guard only is here so long as those ships are in orbit. And they won't be here for much longer once there's no more war to be fighting.
Never any room for the small man, is there?
Never enough, at least.
Hmm. He'll just nod solemnly, take a drink. Maybe a cooperative. Get multiple people together. Maybe that could work. No.
And he just sort of leaves you as you consider all of this.
Yeah. Here where he gets his farm. Yeah, welcome to Rice Field.
But, fortunately, the night comes to an end. You all get your gear, you get your new carapace armor, you get your equipment, and as you are headed back, oh yeah, Robert Downey Jr. Nice. I'm a lead farmer, motherfucker. So, oh no, buttons have been clicked. There we go. As night wears down, you guys all get loaded back up in the hovercraft, get taken back to the hotel, and as you guys go up to the sort of the top room, the drinks come out. You have managed to survive for the most part this entire endeavor. Well
The
done,
most fatal party we'll ever experience.
except for the after party. Roll for meth addiction. But yeah, you guys all managed to settle in. You check out your gear. Uh, you finally managed to for those of you who had accessories that weren't already mounted, they get mounted. Yeah, unscrew her. Do you guys just want to go to bed? Do you want to stay up drinking? You want to go meet up with people? How would your characters spend your evening now that the Class A's are being put away?
Now that Timur is in his condition, I believe he's going to be dedicating himself to rest until he gets back up to 3 wounds. So tonight and tomorrow.
Alrighty then. Well, while that happens, they do send the medic over to you, fortunately.
Good.
See if I have any of these guys with the Medicaid. No, yeah. The local medic comes on by. He treats your wounds. And, oh my god, he is not good at this at all. Yeah,
Fortunately, at least, oh gosh, he had an 88 and he just rolls a 93. It's like, oh wow, this is a really deep knife wound. I wonder how this happens.
yeah, he shows up to do it, but he wasn't expecting to have to treat anybody, and he is drunk as fuck. So he looks at your hands, and as he starts the stitching, he just falls asleep.
Just as well. As long as I continue to get sleep, I should eventually recover.
Yep. Uh, you settle in for the evening to go to sleep. Uh, Bigby, you going to sleep as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has extended plans, do we?
Oh, but all I could do is
And if we're allowed to
join
party,
the
Jort
halfling,
might party.
join the weapon
But
for a while.
Say that again, Geordie George.
Oh, no, just figuring like the only thing that Bigby could be
oh,
doing is making better friends with the other ratlings.
I mean, going out and partying with them next probably would be a thing if you
yeah.
really wanted to.
Yeah, you look around for the Ratlins, but it's clear that most of them have headed home for the evening.
All right, so yeah, let's go back to the barracks.
Yeah, but around the time you start heading back to the barracks, yeah, right, bricks for days. You start hearing sirens off in the distance, and as you wake up, you can actually hear there's news reports briefly on the sort of monitors they have throughout the hotel of widespread fires in the what would that be? The northeast district of the city. And as you zoom in, you can tell that as you look at the fires, you also see Laz fire, the snap crack, that flash of light, uh, just barely visible off in the distance. And that's when you start to hear, well, you don't hear, but you start to see these strange objects flying through the air. And that's when the video feeds cut out, not due to technical error, but there's an additional sort of news spokesperson that says, due to internal security reasons, newsfeed has been cut off. Please stand by for emergency directions. As you guys look out through your very tall hotel, you can actually see smoke billowing up. And considering where you are, it's not at all far from your hotel. As you see fires beginning to spread on some of the high-rise buildings, smoke billowing out, and you can actually see debris falling from some of the taller floors. And as you sit there watching, hearing these sirens go off, eventually you hear a very familiar, very drunk, and very angry voice going, "Alright, everybody stand to! Night ain't over yet. I said line up!"
All right. Jamer gets into line, pulls out a cigarette, and just kind of mutters, "It's that time again, is it? The party's over." Was that attention? Literal already there.
I don't have the book open. What's the stat difference between the flak armor and campus armor?
You
Next to all
basically,
points.
yeah.
And with good craftsmanship, the first hit is +1 armor.
How many points was it?
6.
6 total.
Okay.
But yarg. So, you managed to, well, you managed to get everybody organized, and you notice that the sergeant only has a little bit, and he goes, "Alright, so here's the situation. Captain's on the horn right now with commands. Seems as though, while we were all getting ready and celebrating, Greenskins pulled a fast one. One of the reasons that we've been hitting so many, limited... Shit, I'm drunk. One of the reasons Resistance has been so goddamn light as of late is because they have been repositioning. Apparently, that joke you made about orcs going underground was not all that wrong. Somehow they managed to launch an attack on our flank here. Now, PDF is doing what they can to hold them back, but they're launching their rockets into our city. And considering the majority of our forces are pulled off to make a push on the other fucking city, well, that just leaves all hands on deck. We happened to be one of those hands on deck. Now, the good news is a lot of you got some fancy new toys. The bad news is we do not have access to the Departamento Munitorum or our goddamn armory. So we only had the ammo we brought along. And he basically just takes a duffel bag and he goes, "Now, as I'm sure you all remember, we were told not to bring any ammunition as we were here purely on parade. I mistook that order. The downside is I only have one mag for every individual. So, come here, take your mag. Well, hopefully we'll be able to recover more once we get into the city." And he looks around and he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "PDF is what they always are, which is to say trash. But our objective is clear. There are a number of bridges between the outskirts of the city and the city proper. We cannot allow the Greenskins to secure them bridges, so we're going to set up our own defense."
Ah, it's shovel time. My favorite.
Well, not for you. Now, we can go and hold the bridge. We can support the PDF. But it's clear that there are orcs that have made it already past the water and are running rampant through the town. So if you encounter them, you fucking kill them. And as for you, lovely heroes of the Imperium, well, you're going to be coming with me, and we're going to be calling artillery support in. Now, for the most part, we still have some level of air superiority. But with all the tall buildings, well, we need to make sure that what we target is what we want to destroy. Yeah,
Liable
exactly.
to take out half the city with a single strike. Like dominoes.
Hence our predicament. Now, since you guys have all the fancy gadgets, and since this is the most important mission, congratulations, this objective has been handed to y'all and me. In the meantime, once Captain Dwyer gets back, he's going to lead the rest of these boys to the bridge. Now, I'm sure that they will hold for as long as they can, but if we can't get into position, well, this has been a very short vacation. So, that's done. The platoon has the wheels. Anybody else have a way to get to where we need to go quick?
I'm afraid I missed out on making car payment.
There are 5 of you. There's the sergeant.
Ah.
There is Timur, Jort, Alexander, and Bigby.
Not to fit in
Yeah,
one high-class rental car.
What
As
did
a matter of fact,
what did they do with my heavy bolter?
you have all of your gear that has been brought back to you at the end of the night.
Yeah, sans you only having
Oh,
one
okay.
clip is the only difference here. One mag.
Well, I mean, I have 60 shots, so
Well,
Alexander,
my
had
sir,
50
out
shots
of the way,
over my
sir.
my clip.
you had 60 shots.
Oh yeah.
You fired 6. You have 54 shots.
Well, and the oh yeah, the other no, I shot
You're
twice.
fired.
That's right, because the other guy didn't shoot.
Mm-hmm. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, that's right. So that would have been 6. So you have what? 48? Yeah. So you have
That
48.
involves math, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
because it's a
48.
6-round burst.
60
So you have
minus
48 rounds left.
I
Good
have
luck, buddy.
17 out of 20, and the special round you told me about.
Nice, nice, nice. Alrighty then. Yes, as a matter of fact, Sergeant goes, "Right, Cog Boy, Collegiate of Het, what do you got in store for me? Valkyrie? Hmm? A tuk-tuk?" They
A more
sort of,
glorious deed I could never imagine.
he goes, "Right, I don't know what the fuck that is, but if you can get us close to the battle, do it." A high class. Alexander, do I want to know how exactly you have access to a high class rental car on demand? Right, that's all the explanation I need. You get it here, let's get gone. Sooner we can get in position, the better. Alright,
Push the
you
button.
push the button. A few minutes later, the rental car, the hover car, swoops in. The doors pop open. Alright, you all clamber in, and sure enough, the same sort of like soft electronica music from the club is also playing in here. And as you get in, the servitor droid turns around and goes, "Another night of debauchery, sir? To the club?"
Hell yeah, brother.
I hear the performance today will be dismantling a archaeotech. What is it? Security field. It should be quite delightful. You can see all the circuits. Yes, sir. As you wish. No need to see archaeotech force fields tonight. No interest. Understood. I will delete that from your likes. And they take off to the other coordinates.
Reschedule. Reschedule to indefinite after the war.
Alrighty then. As you are approaching, you notice that there are just massive amounts of smoke and debris that are falling over this fine city. You've also had rumors that there are already orcs already past your position, and the hover car goes, "Apologies, sir, but this is a no-flight area. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to return you to the hotel." And you can feel the car starting to switch over. Ah, are you certain, sir? This is an area of conflict. Understood. As they set down, feel free to drop your tokens right around here. That's weird. You guys kind of dropped your tokens to the tone of the song. That was cool.
Perfectly in time. We know how to do it.
And
Right,
I will
and
drop. And there's Jordy Jort.
yup.
All right, as you all land, actually, I should probably drop a. Should
Drop a
probably drop a
Sergeant
sergeant
Jones.
there.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll definitely do that. But in the meantime, as you guys settle down, you can hear a number of sirens going off all around. But more than that, as you as you disembark, you start to see the smoke filling this entire area. Visibility is going to be severely reduced as you travel. But as you make your way forward, you can actually hear screaming. Some far away, some up close, some in the towering buildings above you. But you do have your coordinate, and your coordinate is at the end of this street. What would you all like to do? Also, I need to change this just a little bit.
Look like a bridge at all.
I would like Big B.
I imagine the start of the bridge is actually just like over here. We just have to
Actually-
get down the street.
Yeah, actually, you're not even going to be close to the bridge. You're in an Overwatch position past the bridge.
Big B's gonna go up this structure to the roof.
Okie doke. Give me just a second.
I'll take some cover right here. Those look like sandbags already. Someone broke them out.
Oh yeah.
Let him get to the top and set up.
All right. There we go. That's what I needed to do. As you guys break out, you start traveling through. As you enter into the smoke, especially you, Alexander, the visibility is short, but as you are advancing, you hear as a soft thud hits the ground. As you're walking, you realize that you're stepping over bodies. And yes, you do have an Auspex.
Good.
So Alexander is advancing. Are the rest of you holding out inside here, or are you going to advance with Alexander?
I was waiting just long
Where
enough
were
for
we
Bigby to
supposed
get into
to
position
shoot
at the top.
mortars and shit?
You just got to get to the right building, which is at the end of the street.
Oh right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There is a lot of movement with your Auspex, and the one thing that you can tell is there are similar readings to the kilocans up above you, but more than that, you're getting motion sensors all around you. Namely, the largest concentrations are here in this section, as well as here. But also, you're getting readings in the buildings near Bigsby as well.
Alexander, let's say we backtrack, take care of behind us first, then advance. And up ahead.
Mm-hmm. Put a nice little blue X right here.
Corporal George is the ranking member at the moment. It's his call. What do you say, George?
Shit. I guess we gotta go to where we were told to go, or Teamer, you can go over there, and
I'm
then
not going alone.
we'll move forward.
Give me an order. Forward or behind?
I guess technically the sergeant is also here, but this is
Yeah.
your squad. So you guys decide what you want to do as a team, and then I'll have the sergeant tell you to do that thing.
Okay. Yeah, coordinates are at the end. So what's your call then? Forward?
I mean, I guess go to the coordinates, whatever the Sarge told us to do. Yeah.
Alright, moving forward. Teamer will actually go ahead and breach this building.
Alright, as you guys are walking over, you realize that the burning buildings around you, there's still a number of people trapped on the upper levels. And as you're walking over, many of you step over, some of you step in the remains of people who have jumped from 17, 20, 22 stories in the air and have impacted the ground. And as you move through all the smoke and the fog and the smog, you realize that the sudden rush of wind and impacts that are happening around you are from people who are jumping out of the buildings because they don't want to burn to death. So everyone in the street, roll me a d10 and we'll see if we match. Alright, Alexander. So as the people start falling out of these buildings and landing, Bigby, you're inside of a building still. And you haven't left that position yet, so you don't actually have to do any of this. Alexander, would you like to dodge or be hit by a falling body?
Can it even hurt him?
I mean, if it rolls max damage, maybe.
Hit me, bro. Do it. Shrug off the flesh from his mechanical form. He is greater. Yeah, meaty
Yeah.
water balloons.
12 damage.
Oh,
Not
that
even
has the
close.
potential. No
No,
damage, you see.
I think its first damage is like 20.
Yup.
Meanwhile, Jort, would you like to try and dodge?
Yeah, I'll try to dodge. I put 1 rank in my dodge.
Oh,
Oof.
fuck. You take 18 points of damage.
Jeez.
So, Alexander, a body hits you and just breaks across you, just covering you in gore and viscera. You don't even stagger. Jort, you see this and kind of take a ghastly step back as another body slams right into your chest, knocking you to the ground. Keep in mind, you do have six damage resistance from your carapace armor now, plus whatever your toughness is, so that might only be 8 wounds.
Well, I got the metal that's -1 to my first hit too, so there's only
Okay,
7
nice.
damage.
Ouchie, ouchie. Yeah, Timur took a great time to secure the inside of a building.
Yup. And more worryingly, against several alleyways here.
Yeah, so 11 subtracted, so you take 7 wounds, bud.
Mhm.
Also, roll me willpower with a -15.
Oh boy. Is this for fear?
No, this is to determine whether or not you take insanity points.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Hey!
Oh, I
You
passed.
withstand it.
I've seen enough shit. This doesn't bother me.
So yeah, you step inside, and one thing you notice is that, Timur, there's just a bunch of butchered humans down here. Civilians, unarmed.
They've already been through here.
Roll me willpower.
Yeah. Willpower. And didn't have anyone fall on my head either. Straight willpower is 3.4. Can't do
Nice.
anything about that. Just gotta keep going forward.
Alrighty then. As you guys get a little bit further, you hear a sound that... Actually, Alexander, roll me tech use. You recognize the telltale sound of a Killican coming from this alleyway.
Makes hand motions to Jort to signify this. If you can see through the blood and guts, that is.
Hopefully he can. Otherwise, he'll foot.
Technically, you're in line of sight of me too, so I guess I kind of see that. I'm assuming the windows are broken, right?
Yeah, many of them are, yes.
Alright, I'll go ahead and slip out this window and slip into this one. To advance.
Just slip into something a little bit more comfortable, I get it.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. As you slip into this next building, everyone roll me awareness.
Right, awareness, and I believe that has a extra value now, doesn't it? Plus 10. Any battlefield awareness, is that right?
That is correct.
Yeah,
Technically,
that's
there's
good.
another plus 10 because this is orcs.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
They're not exactly sneaking around. Oh, cool, yeah. 3.3.
Noted.
Yeah. Shorts increases, but still.
Can I substitute for Auspex? So this is more of a just like in the moment situation, not a prepped thing.
Yeah. Do you hear them immediately trouncing around the corner, screaming, "Hey, git!"
Yeah, but you already know the general directions as you advance. Yeah, for a good reason it seems. But one thing that you know, Bigby, you can't see anything with the smoke in your distance. Jort, you're way more concerned getting the intestines off of you. Timur, as you glance around, you notice in this position a group of boys starting to round the corner. And you can
Okay.
hear some laughter as they appear to be like tossing something between themselves, and you see that it is a broken rattling body.
That does sound like a perfect time for a grenade. So I want to actually check. What is my strength again? Strength bonus is 3, 9 if I just wanted to throw.
Remember, you have a grenade launcher.
Yeah, I do. And that is 45 meters. So yeah, grenade launcher, and it's going to be firebomb. Let's do it. So pop that into the top. And let's see if I hit. So, do I have much time to aim?
I will say yes. You'll have time. You mean like 2 turns?
Yeah, 2 turns or half an action.
So if you want to bet that they won't see your friends out in the street, then you can take that turn to get a full aim. But remember, you do have them unawares at the moment. They're not expecting to see armed people here.
Exactly. So I will go ahead and take that chance and wait a moment, take the full aim, and then do it next turn.
Okie
They
dokie.
will be... How far they will be will depend on where they end up at that moment. Currently they're at 45, they could proceed closer. What say you?
I say yay.
Alright. Point blank, short range. What
This
is
should be
the
short.
value?
This should be short range.
Okay. And this is, of course, just a single standard fire because it's not like it has auto fire. Submit. I have my allies, which I believe were a +5 just for existing at all, which is good. On the turn when I fire, they can in fact give me... Let me go ahead and find it here. There we go. Hail of Fire. As long as I'm in cohesion, everyone that I'm going to hit is going to also be pinned. So they'll make a +0 pinning test.
Okie doke.
And let's see, was there anything else? I'm looking for +10 awareness, +5 all ballistic checks when firing from cover, which I'm in. And
I like it.
Yep, there we go. 2.1 with the firebomb. So that is a hit. Here is the damage just from the fire. Fire alone is 10 energy damage, penetrating 6, burst, blast 3, and flame, and suppression. So they are all pinning right now. +0. If they live.
Alright. As smoke erupts through this whole place. Jeez. You don't mess around, do you?
Nope, not when I'm this loaded out.
Boom. Alright. You hit him. And let me just roll up the orc boy stats. So you hit them with 10 pen 6, right?
Yup.
Ouch. First off,
Very
rude.
ouch. Second off, they're on fire as well. On fire and pinned at the same time. Oh gosh, what a what a combo.
Alright, so they are on fire. Now they all have to make agility saves. Correct?
I believe so.
Alright, I'll just roll 2 for the group because I don't want to roll for all of them.
That's perfectly fair, honestly.
Alrighty, so they are now all on fire. Oh, ah!
And then pinning test +0.
Alright. However, they are in their group, so they do get a bonus to that. They just happen to be quite angry about it. Alright, they are not pinned. They are, however, all on fire as they run around screaming.
Well, good opening salvo.
Alright, with that, everybody roll initiative as you hear some shouting going on. You hear the Killican rev up, and then you see in this smoke, you see a severed head roll out of the fog. Not the fog, but the burning smoke as you watch.
I'm trying to remember what it was.
Relatively.
Agility, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
6. There we go.
As you see a massive orc step out and sort of look around. It sees you, Alexander, and it goes, "What? Tin Man, make can opener." And you see he has this massive power claw on his right hand.
Or like man opener.
I don't get it. But that is where we're going to call it for the evening, boys. Thank you for playing.
This is gonna be an exciting fight. I have 2 wounds, so this whole fight.
Yeah, right?
Oh, let's see how it goes.
Okay, I got nuked by a fucking dead body.
I wasn't I honestly was not expecting you guys to get hit by any of these. Like, it's so rare for these match my 1d10s to actually work. And then it happened to both of you.
I mean, it's a 10% chance, technically.
I guess that's true.
And so, yeah, you roll 5, it's probably gonna happen. Oh, if those grenades had hit you, you'd also not be hurt. Yeah, no, these, the fire grenades are not meant to hurt you. They're just meant to set you on fire.
And I believe because you have the flesh is weak, you can actually add your, like, armor to your fire damage, which usually fire damage ignores armor, which is great.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, yeah, that's real good. So yeah, next time you're in melee, I'll just throw fire on you. It won't even matter.
I think using that fire grenade is probably the smartest thing you could do, because it's like, maybe the grenade won't kill them, but the fire grenade will occupy them forever.
Yeah, their armor points apply directly towards fire. Yeah. Can fire even do enough damage? That's like a whole page to look at for next time.
By XP.
10. Level fatigue each round until the fire is extinguished. That's probably more critical, honestly. But also, since you don't breathe, would you even take the fatigue from smoke inhalation? Probably not.
Probably not.
But I guess we'll go ahead and call that a wrap up. Everyone on stream and on the recording, come see us every Sunday and Wednesday, where we'll do even more games starting at 10, 2, and 6 o'clock. And of course, join us bi-weekly for a brand new podcast. And of course, thanks everyone for being here. Thanks for playing. Thanks for running the game. And we'll catch you next time. See you, everybody.